Welcome back to Mother Munitions. I'm your host, Jeff. Here with my friend still. Had a good time together this week in the free state of Pennsylvania. And guys, we're about to talk about something I wish we could have in New York. I met these guys at SHOT Show. One of the coolest friggin' truck guns slash, home defense, whatever. I mean, there's so many use cases for this, but Greg, why don't you talk about... And guys, once again, Greg, a.k.a. NYPrepper, we'll throw the link in the description. He's got a playlist on all of these guns. We'll throw that in there. But, man, first time talking about the Zastava.
Yeah, Zastava M92. Good AK pistol, 10.5-inch barrel. I converted this into an SBR so I can have this folding stock here. But you don't really need to do that. It'll shoot real good without the folding stock. But if you get an opportunity, you can turn this into an SBR. Silencer Co. Omega 300 shoots real quiet with the Omega 300 on there. Aimpoint Micro H2 2MOA red dot, and I get pie plate sized groups at 200 yards off of the bench, so it's pretty accurate. The Zastavas are known to be one of the higher quality AKs. Even though they are stamped, they're not made out of billet, but still very high quality. When you take this apart, everything's real high quality. You can just see the beefiness of all the components. So yeah, this is super reliable. I changed out the fore end here to Midwest Industries Ultimac fore end there. You can install that at your house, easy to do. And just have this O light here on the side, laser light combo.
And guys, I want to point out, standard capacity mags here in Pennsylvania. Unfortunately, unlike us in New York, if we haven't put up the video yet, you'll see my 300 Blackout with a pinned 10-round magazine and how we had to load it.
Not pinned at all.
No, I mean, this is how it should be.
Take it right out. I do have the drum mags for these. The drum mags, I have a few of them, but I found that they're not so reliable and easy to load. Mm-hmm. So if you really want to go crazy, I would just recommend sticking with these. The drum mags are not as reliable, and you only get a little bit more capacity, and they're kind of more of a pain to load and stuff like that. But
another thing we can't have in New York, the suppressor, unfortunately.
Yeah, makes a huge difference with this short barrel, 10-inch barrel. It's makes a huge difference in how comfortable it is to shoot. And if you're going to suppress it, you definitely want to get a adjustable piston. That was like $150.
Not bad.
It just bleeds off the extra gas, so you're not beating up your internals. But this is actually pretty hefty. It doesn't look heavy, but I'm pretty strong, and it's got some weight to it. With the suppressor, I want to say it's probably a good 6 pounds, even without anything on it. Right out of the store, it was probably about 5 pounds. So that's how you know it's pretty high quality, is how heavy it is. Even though it's such a short firearm, the barrel's only 10.5 inches, but it's hefty. It's not light, and that helps with the recoil. But that's how you know that they're made real solid. And in my opinion, the AK is one of the most reliable semi-automatic rifles. I love my ARs, but nothing beats the AK as far as reliability goes.
Everybody says that.
It's true, actually. I was skeptical until I got this. I've literally had no jam ever.
Wow. Because I know you got the AR-15, you got the AR-10.
Yeah, I got several AR-10s. I've never had a jam, no matter what ammo, suppressed, unsuppressed.
Wow.
It's just the design of it, because it's a real weapon of war, and it's been around for so long.
Yeah.
So that's the difference between a weapon of war versus a civilian grade AR, is that this was actually made to function all over the world in extreme conditions. Civilian grade ARs, they're not really, designed for war necessarily, So they're made to a different standard. There really are no standards, because people just make them and sell them. But, something like this, when the Soviet Union was producing this, before they started mass producing it, they had to do a lot of engineering to make sure that it's going to function no matter what.
Yeah.
A lot of people kind of mock Russia nowadays, or even prior days, about, you know, the reliability of their weaponry. But believe it or not, back in the Soviet Union, when they made these, you know, Russia had some really smart scientists back then. I mean, they were the first to go into space, you know, with Sputnik. So they weren't stupid.
No, it shows a lot.
They were not stupid. They had, you know, they were neck and neck with the space race with us and the nuclear weapons race. So they weren't stupid when they built these. They knew what they were doing. So
once you're outside of the States, I mean, so many countries.
Right.
I mean, these are weapons, like you said, weapons of war. But all the countries, whether it's, you know, the third world countries or whatever it is, rebels using it.
It's good to know. It's good to have one, at least from if you're a shooter. It's good to have just to learn another platform.
Yeah.
Because it is different from an AR. It's not, the one negative thing about them is that they're not as modular. It's not easy to add stuff to it, sights and lights and all that. You can do it. There is a good aftermarket out there. You have to pick the right products that have a good track record, but it's not like, you know, it's not easy to just change a sight or scope, or, you know, it requires a little more thought in how you set it up. That's the only downside. I mean, even simple things like adjusting your sight, you have to have a special sight pusher that, you know, push it. It's like a manual little tool, because everything is like pressed in. So it's not like you have little clicks, you know, like on an AR, you know, or a modern rifle here in the States, you know, you have your windage and elevation and you can click it and really get it dialed in. With this, it's all pressed in, you know. It's kind of like a Glock. You have that dovetail and you just have to, you know, so it requires a little more patience, but it's good to learn a different platform and be proficient with something else for what, you know, you never know. Maybe you'll find yourself in a third world country and... Well,
chances are you're going to come across one of these if you do.
Right, you never know, so it's good to learn.
And the ammo's readily available also.
It's getting more expensive now because of the war, but there's a lot of American companies making 7.62x39, and Asian companies like PMC makes a bunch, and Norma makes some good ammo. I strictly use for factory ammo. I recommend Norma with this. Very reliable, very accurate. And
what are we shooting today? We're going to blow up some water jugs. We
got hand loads of mine, so they're going to be more powerful than the factory ammo. Factory ammo is obviously loaded down for, you know, so it'll be a little bit hotter than factory ammo, but it should be fun.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So guys, we're going to get this down to the range. Like I said, I wish, the only reason I don't have an AK, you can get a New York compliant one just like I have with my AR, but I'm not going to pin an AK. I'm not going to do that with an AK. There's just no fucking, there's no way it's going to happen. And what are we looking at here, Greg?
This is just the receiver, and look at how beefy the sights are on these. You see that? Look at the wings. Yeah. That's solid metal right there. Look at the front sight, how beefy this is. This is made for war. I mean, you could drop this, you could run it over with your car, and this will protect your sight. I have it co-witnessed actually through this aim point here. But one of the nice things about AK, another feature about them that was thought out well when the Russians made this, was how quick and easy it is to clean and inspect in the field. You know, when you have limited tools, there's bullets flying over your head, you're not going to, you know, bust out your toolkit and start gunsmithing and, you know, doing all that. You need to be able to quickly inspect and see what's going on. So all you do, if you guys don't know, to, you know, break down an AK, get the bolt out, you just push this button here, and there's a hinge, and then this is your main spring here for the bolt. Okay, super easy to inspect if there's anything wrong with it. And then this is your bolt is right in here, and you can take your piston right out. This is your piston. This is the adjustable piston. It has a lot of carbon on it because I shoot suppressed. There's your bolt, and then here's your piston. This is the adjustable one. So from the factory, it's going to look different. It's just going to be a solid piece of metal here, but this is adjustable. You see that little hole in there? Yeah. That allows some gas to escape. So when we're using these suppressed rounds, when we're firing suppressed, we want to open that up to let gas bleed out so this bolt is not slamming back real hard. If we're shooting weaker ammo, we want to close it. You see how I'm closing it now? And that hole is getting smaller as I close it. And so less gas is being, removed. This is the I think it's K&S adjustable piston, but super easy to clean, and you can look down the barrel and see if there's any obstructions. And then when you're done, super easy to put everything back. I mean, look how quick. I mean, I'm just doing this right now, super fast. Just make sure everything's lined up. Spring goes in here. And we're ready to go back into war.
That's awesome. Super quick, man. That's a big advantage when it comes to these things.
Yep.
You know, when your life depends on it.
Little things like that people don't think about. When you start to get more complicated, like a lot of the ARs are quite complicated in how they operate. It's this simple design, very practical, easy to maintain, easy to service in the field, you know?
Yeah.
So
back out on the range with the AK. Gonna go ahead, we're gonna fire, got two
hand loads.
Two hand loads. Got some water jugs down this way. We'll get that on video. But stay tuned, guys. Go ahead and give this give it a shot. Boy, loaded up. Once again, 2 rounds of hand loads.
Oh, it's still unsafe.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. Now you're ready to go.
Dude, this thing is dead on balls accurate. Guys, you see that? And always want to check the chamber, like Greg said. With an AK, the slide doesn't lock back. Like NYPrepper said, just always, even though we know we only have 2 rounds for safety, you always want to make sure.
The slide doesn't lock back on AKs. So
yeah.
You can accidentally have one in the chamber and you wouldn't know.
Look how sweet this is, guys. We need these in New York. Let's go check out the damage. And then we're going to put some... do some rapid fire on paper. Stay tuned. And folks, look at this.
A lot of kinetic energy.
Hand load, man.
I forget the foot pounds, but with this hand load, just so your viewers know, if you're going to be shooting factory ammo out of an AK pistol, a 10 or 12-inch barrel, you're going to probably get like 2,100 feet per second out of a regular 123 grain full metal jacket. That's like the standard military loading. I can hand load these up to 2,400 feet per second out of that barrel. So I'm getting, so with this rifle, with this 10-inch barrel, we're getting the same numbers as a full-length AK. You're getting the same power and energy with these hand loads out of the 10-inch barrel as like a 16 or 18-inch barrel, just because I hand loaded them hotter. So that basically the kinetic energy and the impact that you saw, that's what a full-length AK would do.
It's wild.
So yeah.
And guys, we're gonna let off a few factory loads. Gonna do a little rapid fire, but first we're just gonna let the first few go kind of slow, and we're gonna hit silhouette that we have not too far away.
You want to turn the laser on? You just got to push the button down. Yeah, there you go.
Oh wow.
Yep.
And guys, I'm actually gonna hip fire this with the laser. The target fell, but we'll go for these.
Wow.
Dude, that felt good, man. Once again, you always want to check that chamber.
Yep.
We're clear. Dude, that felt really good, man.
Felt good?
Yeah.
That's a good smell.
Magazine is empty. Now we're going to let NYPrepper rapid fire a few rounds as well. Well, it's his gun. I'm not going to let him do anything. He's going to fire them. But we'll go for these. All right, guys. Prepper's going to go ahead and do a rapid fire on a few right into the dirt over there. And He's got 10 rounds loaded up, factory ammo. Let's see what you got.
Yeah, whenever you are.
And check it out, shooting into the dirt, as you can see, guys. And Greg found NYPrepper.
Found one of the bullets. Yep.
Look at that, man.
Pretty nasty.
It is pretty nasty. And guys, we're out here in beautiful PA. We're going to wrap this one up. I love the sling he's got on this AK. Once again, I wish we could have these in New York. We got the sun behind us, but like I said earlier, I'm going to put a link in the description so you guys can check out. He's got playlists on all of this. I mean, just real quick, how long have you been doing this? Just roughly.
For what?
Just the shooting and the videos and everything else.
My first gun video on YouTube was, I want to say, 2018.
Wow.
That was my first gun video, and ever since then, so yeah.
He's been doing this a while, folks, and he, not only on YouTube, but even prior to YouTube, obviously he's been hunting and shooting for years and years prior, so check out NYPrepper, hit that like button, hit subscribe, not only to me, but to my buddy, and see you guys on the next one.